What is up, you guys? It's James from James Chiptiles, back again with another daily video. Little update. Tomorrow is my birthday. Actually, the day you're watching this is my birthday, so like, happy birthday to me, woohoo! But at the time of filming, it is the day before my birthday. It's my birthday eve. So today, or later on, tomorrow, whatever you want to say, I'll be going ice skating. I'll have a bunch of friends and coworkers and some family and all that, and we'll be going ice skating. So expect that there might not be a video tomorrow. Like, there might be, because I plan on filming one, but I don't know how late I'm gonna be back. So be prepared for that. This right here is my Vietnamese Blue Beauty rat snake. Her name is Esmeralda. This is a female. I bought a pair recently. They were related. The male had a little bit of tail kink. I know this particular line, from who I got it from, has some kinking issues. So I was unable to buy a single female, so I said I'll buy a pair. I'll sell off the male. I paid $700 for the pair. It was late in the season, but I wanted to get it growing up, so I paid $700 for the pair. I sold the male for $250, and now I have this girl. And come the next 10 months, I need to buy a male and grow him up. And it's okay for him to be about a year behind. That's perfectly fine. I expect 3 to 4 years before these guys are breeding size anyway, which gives me plenty of time to practice with my corn snakes. She's actually very calm right now, as she has been quite nippy in the past. I have fed her quite a big meal recently, a lot bigger than she's used to. From what I hear, small meals are better, but at the same time, I've had someone personally who has some rat snakes, some Asian rat snakes, and he feeds them very large. So I'm debating, is it better? Would it help it grow a little bit more? And I don't advocate feeding large meals often just to get a snake big, but I really would like to see this snake reach a large size, just for impressiveness. But nevertheless, this is my Blue Beauty snake, and it's one that I'm very much excited to have raised up. So, as you saw in yesterday's video, I got two clown plecos, two clown plecostomus. They are dwarf species from Venezuela, I believe. They prefer waters around 82, so I have the thermostat set to 82. They're currently doing all right. I'm fairly new to fish. I really got my first fish tank about 3 years ago. It didn't go well. I started again just over a year ago, and I kind of got it down. I said, it's been a year, I'm ready for another one. So I'll take you along on that journey with me, as long as you guys want to see it. I'll throw some reptile content in those videos just so it doesn't end up being just fish, which I know I wouldn't like. If I'm watching a reptile channel and they start posting fish, I'd be like, what the heck? But I'll use it as a little variety, something to mix it up, show you my tanks every now and then, every time I add something. But they're doing good from what I can see. I can only find one of them, but I don't want to disturb them too much because they are still new in there. And I have the light on quite a long cycle on a timer, just to try to get some of that algae to grow, because they do eat algae. They do eat wood too. I need to go get a piece of wood, but since I've been cutting back working, it's been a lot tougher. Obviously, I'm not making as much money, and I'm at home a lot more. When I used to work 2 jobs, I could get all this free food, and then all my extra money wouldn't go to food. But now I don't have that money, I don't have the food, and I have to buy more food. So it's kind of a bummer there. But it definitely gives me a chance to sit down with my animals more, film some more content for you guys. I know a lot of people enjoy daily videos. I'm trying to get that out there and be consistent with you guys and get you some reptile content every day, because that's what I want to see in the community. I want to see people get out there and show content every day and post Facebook groups every day and talk and communicate every day and go to the HERT meetings every month or whatever they are. And I just think it's important for everyone to communicate in the hobby and express what they like and share what they love. All right, so this is my girl Paradise. I got her as a just a little older than a hatchling. She's very nice. She's almost almost a burgundy, if you will. It's not brown. It's not super red, but it's somewhere in between. It's nice. It's definitely different. It adds to a little variation. I have a lot of brown females, and this definitely changes it up. She's got some nice Dalmatian spots, more than anything I have adult breeding size currently does, which is awesome because Dalmatian spots are my favorite, and because they're my favorite, they're what I'm focusing on in my breeding projects. She's definitely almost at that age where she can lay eggs. I have a female that's smaller than her that just laid eggs, so I'll probably put the male back in that tank tonight, which is this tank right here, and there is that other female I mentioned before that's extremely small. She's in that tank. That is Tegan. And in this tank I have Sarah and Bella, and they're both doing good. Sarah just laid a clutch of eggs for me. Bella hasn't in a little bit. I think what happened is it got really cold for a week there, and before we were ready to start turning on the heat or lighting a bunch of candles, it was kind of just a bit of a storm. I think that kicked her into brumation, and she went a little slow for a little bit. But I see her up and moving around, so I expect her to lay a clutch of eggs in the near future, and hopefully we get some nice babies, because she is one of my prettiest females. Besides this one, I believe if she laid eggs, she'd probably be the prettiest mom that I have. And up here we have my gargoyle geckos. I really can't wait for them to lay their first clutch of eggs. Gargoyle geckos are also from New Caledonia, but they get a little bit bigger, and they're just so completely different in the shape of their head and their body and their color, and they feel a lot different too, which is weird to think about. But I can't wait to get a clutch from them and have some babies. Of course, the first female or two I will be raising up. Any males will be for sale. And then once I have a couple that are close to breeding size, of course I'll keep my original pair to keep breeding. But when I have females that are almost up to size, I'll sell that male. You know, I might get as much as what I paid for him, I might get a little bit less, but at that point he's done a lot of work for me. He would have produced a bunch of eggs for me, and I'll buy a nicer, unrelated male who can breed to the original mom and the babies. And the mom and the babies can be related as long as the dad's different. I'm fine, because it's technically not inbreeding as long as I don't inbreed the babies. As long as I switch the male every year, you know, I'm fine. Because I really don't agree with inbreeding too much. Geckos are just so cute. Look at that face. So this right here is, well, it was for a long time one of my most expensive animals, and it was my most expensive animal, and it still is one of my most expensive. This right here is Whitey, my lily white crested gecko baby. And I have noticed, and other breeders have noticed this too, the lily white line tends to grow a little bit slower. So I've had this gecko for a little bit now, and it's grown less than I've liked it to, but it definitely eats. It doesn't eat crickets, which is a shame, because crickets really help animals, crested geckos, as I've noticed, grow exponentially. But this animal right here cost me $1,000 plus shipping. And I'd say right about now the market went down a little bit. There are some no-name people who have a lily white or two, and they're selling them for, you know, you can get them around $500. You can get them as cheap as $500 right about now. And those are people who are just trying to sell them. They're just trying to get money. When I produce them for the first time, if the market's still around, and it won't be, if the market's still around where it's at, I would probably sell them for $750, $800. This little guy is very jumpy. And I did say guy, really the hope is that it's a boy, and I do believe it is. I feel like I'm seeing pores. I feel like I'm getting that boxy shape that you do see from males, as I've picked up on. And you're starting to get the divide and bulge just a little bit, not enough to confirm anything, but I do hope so. And there are many reasons I would want a boy. In most reptiles, one male can breed to multiple females. So if you have one male crested gecko, you can have 4 females, and all 4 will lay eggs from the same male. And you don't need to house and feed and purchase multiple males. You can just keep that one male. And in a lot of cases, what people will do is they'll buy average females or okay females, and you buy a nice powerhouse male, because you don't have to spend extra money getting 4 nice females and get a bleh meh male. You can buy bleh meh females and spend less money on all 4 of those, and then put all your money into one expensive animal, and his genes will pass on through all those females and all the babies. And essentially, I'm hoping this is a boy so I can breed him to multiple females. I definitely won't put him with all my females, because if I had that many lily whites coming out and I'm such a small breeder, I would be forced to sell them for very cheap, and that would just drive the market way down. And I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to, well, I'm not specifically trying to upset anyone. I don't care what other breeders think. If that upsets them, so be it. But I want to keep the market high so I can make as much money as possible breeding as little animals. If I put this with all my females and produced a ton of lily white babies, then I would have all those to sell, maybe for $300. But if I had him to 1 or 2 females, I could sell them for $600-700 and still have other geckos to make money off of, other non-lily white geckos. Now, the lily white gene is a co-dominant or an incomplete dominant, if you will. The super form of a lily white to a lily white is a all-white gecko, but it is known as a lethal. So all the babies either die, they never come out of the egg, or if they do happen to come out of the egg, they live for a couple of days and they pass on. The way that would happen is if you bred 2 lily whites together, half, I believe half the babies, I'm trying to do a Punnett square in my head because I'm just blanking, but I believe half the babies, or if you bred a lily white to a lily white, a quarter of the babies would be super form, 50% would be lily whites, and 25% would be normal crested geckos that just look like whatever the parents look like, a little bit different usually. But you'd be wasting that 25% because the super form would just cause them all to die, and you would 25% of your profit of your animals would be lost, and all those animals would be normals if you did a normal to a lily white, and so you'd be losing 50% of all your normal babies, which don't sell for as much as lily whites do, but you can sell them a lot more often because they're cheaper and they're more affordable. And with crested geckos being such great first pets in the hobby, you will sell a lot of them on the cheaper side. You will have people looking for them on the cheaper side, trying to get an entry pet or an entry, the first animal they're trying to breed. So that's going to wrap up today's video for you guys. There wasn't really a whole lot going on, and there tends not to be. To dive into that a little bit, a lot of the quote-unquote pet tubers on YouTube, when they have a dead day, when they have nothing going on, they'll go and buy a new animal. And quite frankly, that's irresponsible. So I don't tend to do that. If it's an animal I really want and I like, I will buy it when I'm ready. But I'm not going to go buy a new animal just because I don't have a ton of content to put out. I can spend that time informing you guys, telling you guys what's going on, my plans for the future, and facts about animals. And all that really, helps out the community. Everyone's learning, instead of me just spending a bunch of money on an animal I don't need and I don't have time to take care of. But nevertheless, I'm James from James Reptiles. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the new light. Is it on too bright? I've just been setting it on all the way. It's really blinding to look at, but at the end of the day, who cares? Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm James from James Reptiles. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All that really helps with the channel. It is a small channel. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram. I am at 290. I'm 10 away from 300. I really want to hit 300 for New Year's. I want to be at 300 for the new year. Tomorrow is my birthday. If you haven't gone and followed me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. Lots of great content. I post all of my animals on there. Any new animal gets posted on there right away, first thing before it hits the YouTube. And I also have Facebook, Twitter, and Gmail. If you have any questions and you don't want them to be public, hit me up on Gmail, james'sjeptiles@gmail.com, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Have a good rest of your day. That looks so much better than anything else. Look at that. I can just hold up any animal just like that. I can get two hands in here. That looks so good. Try to focus in on him. That looks incredible. I need to take new pictures for Morph Market with this.